Hey-o, what's going on, everybody?
Hey-o, hey-o. Do we ever come up with something new?
No. People have expectations, Steve.
Yeah, we don't want to screw that up.
No, I'm waiting for that. I've been waiting a long time for that AO. I'll take an A now too. It'd be great.
Hey now.
There we go.
Speaking of that, hey now, it's Mike Lawless joining us today on a new episode of IoT Nuggets from DCS Business, Direct Communication Solutions, and their website is dcsbusiness.com. So when this is all over, you can go visit the website and learn more about DCS. But today, first, we're going to talk. This is the first of a series. So Mike has been gracious enough to join us for multiple episodes to talk about IoT Nuggets.
IoT Nuggets.
Nice.
Nuggets. And also, you got bhiotgroup.com up there in the corner. You can visit there as well to talk to Steve and John Hubler and their team about your IoT solutions and what you might want to bring to market. And so with that said, let's talk first about some background and why DCS is successful. And I'm going to pass it on to you, Steve, and Mike, take it away.
Cool. Thanks, Doug.
Mr. Lawless, it's been a long time. I'm so glad you could have the opportunity to join us on IoT Nuggets. Because I know that, when you get it out to your social media group, we will blow the numbers up. So I'm so happy to have you there.
Let's do it.
Hey, listen, we got, the drill. We got 8 minutes to get out as much information in our first segment, which is who are you? Why you? What do you guys do? All that kind of stuff. So give me an elevator pitch on DCS.
Great, Steve. Thank you. 8 minutes of fun here. Here we go. So DCS, for starters, we are a publicly traded, right, under DCSX, Delta Charlie Sierra X-ray ticker. So we're publicly traded but veteran managed. And I think that's very important as well. We are a TSP, or a technology solutions provider, working in America's finest city, here in San Diego. A little cloudy today, but there's been some pretty exciting weather. And what we do really is we enable, right? So we're an IoT enabler. So we look to partners, whatever that partner may look like. And if they're interested in entering the IoT space, we get them started with 3 core components, right? And that number 1 core component is the platform itself, right? The software, that single pane of glass, that user interface. Number 2 is best-in-class hardware, right? So we search out devices, not necessarily the cheapest devices, but the best devices. IoT and industrial IoT, it's going to be out there for a long time. So we want to make sure it's good quality devices. And number 3 is that connectivity piece, right? That core component that everyone needs. So platform, hardware, best-in-class hardware, and connectivity, and is really what we do and what we provide.
I've heard you and Chris and the team talk about you being a TSP, a technical services provider. What does that mean?
Okay, good. Yeah, let's drill down on that a little bit, right? So I like to play with that acronym, that TSP acronym, technical services provider. And you could say telematics solutions partner, right? I do that a lot. I'll take that S and I'll make that S solutions. And we can have a whole other dialogue about solutions and really what that means and helping people to solve problems. But to answer that question, Steve, right, a TSP to me means that we find problems and we don't give people other problems, right? We want to solve those problems by asking probing questions and then going into what we do based on, again, those 3 core components and then providing them with solutions, right? Not really services, but solutions. So I like to say TSP is a technology solutions partner, right?
Mm-hmm. So when you are a technical services provider or solutions provider, are your clients still looking for POCs? Are you still writing scripts and putting things together for them to be able to prove the ROI or increasing efficiencies and productivity?
Yeah, that's a good question, right? So as part of our internal process, what we like to do is kind of do that POC or that proof of concept, right? So we will, based on, again, asking those questions, right? Finding out what the problem is, finding out what those pain points are, and then providing a solution. We'll go into our library or with our engineering team, and we'll find out what configurations need to be written, what scripts, what programs, right? So that the data from the device is parsed onto the platform correctly, right? And then that end user has that visualization. So meaning that they can see on that user interface very iconically, intuitively, and interactively the answers to their problems, right? So yes, we want to do that proof of concept. We want to do that pilot. We want to really prove it out. Most of the time here, right, my van is full of holes and stuff where I've screwed things in and tested things out and driven around. We all have, right? So we like to eat our own dog food here too and really test these things out. And it gives us that, not only that knowledge base, but that confidence and that passion to really talk about the solutions, right? And then be able to convince people that, listen, this does work. I did it. Here, let me show you, right? Let me show you my trip to Lake Havasu this weekend. Here it is. It works, right? And we've done that with video telematics solutions where I've been driving and we'll show the lack of latency to people, and someone else will be driving the demonstration and I'll be driving whatever the vehicle is. So is
DCS qualified as an end-to-end solution provider, or companies coming to you for everything that they need?
Yes, it's what we do, right? It is what we do, right? So we are an end-to-end solutions provider. And, you know, you guys have probably heard this too. In an IoT environment, there's 7 to 10 or more or less people involved in that process, right? So what we've done, and really organically, right? It wasn't strategically like we're like, what are the things needed? We just kind of know the space because we've been in it. We've gravitated and grown towards certain partners that have certain solutions. We bring that in and we really try and put everything together.
What do you think is the number one challenge that you face in dealing with companies when you're positioning DCS there?
Boy, you know, the last few years there's been a lot of challenges, right? But I would say the one that has really kept us hopping is supply chain, right? If that kind of answers your question, because part of that, we don't want to over communicate, right? And we don't want to say, hey, this manufacturer and that manufacturer. Again, this is a solution sales organization, right? We're finding pain points. We want to know what the problem is, prescribe that problem, and then provide them with that solution. Take 3 a day, here you go, right? So the supply chain has really kept us hopping, right? So depending on what the requirements are, we may have to jump in and out and find something else to provide. And then based on lead times or tariffs or factories moving or whatever, it's really kept us hopping. So we've been successful with it, but in the background, there's been a lot of moving parts,
Well, you guys have been doing this for a really long time, so I got to believe that you have the answers for a lot of these types of challenges that are existing.
Yes, sir. That's the goal.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for episode number 1 with DCS. Doug, we did a pretty good job of keeping it on time and to the point, and we're looking forward to the next couple of sessions so Mike can give us a little bit more details around what they do.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me, man. Long-time follower here. First-time participant.
Well, thanks for joining us, and thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I think that was a great first segment, great overview. I like the idea where, you know, you want to keep your clients away from dealing with all those behind-the-scenes challenges. You're the face. You handle it back here. All they see are solutions, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
So thanks, everybody, once again. bhiotgroup.com is the website. Make sure you connect on LinkedIn and the YouTube channel, as well as the website for all of these IoT nuggets. And if you have a solution or something you want to deploy to market with IoT and you've got some expertise and you want to come on the show as a guest, we would love to have you. Make sure you tune in for the next episode where we're going to get into a little bit more of the solutions portfolio for DCS with Mike. And that's coming up soon. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody.
And thanks, everybody. I mean, I know we took a little bit of time off over the summer. We didn't have a lot of new episodes coming out, but there's 2 new ones that are being released right now this month, and we have these coming up with DCS. So we're back rocking and rolling. We'll be on site for a couple of different live broadcasts over the next couple of months as we get back on the road. So, continue to tune into IoT Nuggets.
Great stuff. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Talk to you soon. See ya.